Hello everyone and welcome to all my dear students. I hope so you all are fine and today is your social class, right? So today in this class we are going to discuss part 2 from unit 1, that is importance of regionalism and federalism, right? So in the previous class we had discussed the first part from first unit, that is development and its process. And in the previous class, we had already discussed what is the definition of development, types of different means and resources, and some importance of different development activities for the development of the nation and for the certain country, right? So today in this class, we are going to start second part or second content from unit 1, that is importance of regionalism and federalism, okay? Okay, my dear students, you can see on the screen, there is the map of Nepal. There is the map of Nepal, including 5 development regions. So before that, once again, I want to revise the content of this second part. The title is Importance of Regionalism and Federalism, right? So in this second content, we'll detail discuss some major importance of regionalism and some major importance of federalism, right? So, my dear students, you can see on the screen, here is the map of Nepal, including 5 development regions. That's why to clarify the definition of regionalism. So, my dear students, once again, you can see on the screen, including 5 development regions. That's why to define the definition of regionalism. So there are 5 developing regions. They are first on the screen, you can see in the map of Nepal, Eastern Developing Region, first developing region, Central, second, third, Western Developing Regions, fourth, Midwestern, and the last one is a far Western Developing Region. So from this map, we can define the definition of regionalism, that dividing into 5 developing regions, that indicate, that helps to define the definition of regionalism in the context of Nepal. So that from the map of that screen, we can define the definition of regionalism, that dividing into 5 developing regions in the context of Nepal to define the definition of regionalism, right? Okay. Uh, my dear students, after the map of Nepal, in the next screen, you can see there are some useful points that should we have to remember to clarify the concept of regionalism. In the second screen, there is a map of Nepal, including 5 developing regions. That's why to clarify the concept of regionalism in the context of Nepal. So in this screen, you can see there are some useful points that we should have to remember to clarify what's the regionalisms, plus some, after this screen, some importance of regionalisms in the context of Nepal. Okay, anyway, my dear students, you can see on the screen, the first point is your regional disparity. It means disparity indicates the difference. That means regional disparity means unequal development. Regional disparity means unequal development in the different regions in the context of Nepal. That's a definition of regional disparity. Difference as a unequal development in the different developing regions. That's a regional disparity. And as we all know that this regional disparity is one of the major challenges of our country, Nepal. One of the challenges, regional disparity is one of the major challenges in the context of Nepal, right? So, okay, after then, my dear students, once again, you can see on the same screen, the second point, that should we remember to clarify the concept of regionalism. And the second point is here, and just I told you, okay, once again, in the second screen, we discuss about the map of Nepal, including 5 developing regions. And in the context of Nepal, 4 developing regions were established in 2029 Bikram Sambat, 4 developing regions. And finally, then finally 5 altogether 5 developing regions were established in 2037 become somewhat. So my dear students, once again, I want to repeat the second point. And this second point is very essential for the very short question answer for the 1 marks question. Once again, in the context of Nepal, we know that there are 5 developing regions. And among the 5 developing regions, in 2029 become somewhat. 4 developing regions were established, were divided, and finally in 2037 become somewhat. The altogether 5 developing regions were divided in 2037 become somewhat. All right. Okay, my dear students, once again you can see on the same screen that the next point, regionalism, encourage decentralization. My dear students, encourage decentralization, and there are two words, centralization, decentralization. First of all, I want to define what is the meaning of centralization. Centralization means to develop in a certain area only. Centralize, to develop in a certain area or limited area only, as a centralization. And decentralization, that's a equally development in the different regions or different areas. That's the definition of decentralization. So regionalism encourage to create decentralization, right? My dear students, once again, listen very carefully. Two terms, two words, centralization. Centralization means as to develop in a certain area only, certain place only. Decentralization means try to develop in the different areas. That's a decentralization. So that regionalism specially encourage decentralization in a certain place or in certain country. All right. Okay. My dear students, once again, you can see on the same screen the next point to clarify the concept of the regionalism. And there is a role of government. As we all know that there is a great role, there is a vital role of government. That's why to launch different development projects for the development of different development regions. So I have to mention one point, that's the role of government for the development of nations to provide different opportunities, services, or to welfare to the people, so that there is a vital role of government. And my dear students, once again, you can see on the screen, there is a great role of government, that government has formulate policy, effective plan and policy, and allocate means division of budget to run different development projects in different 5 development regions, so that there is a great role of government. It's a vital important role of government. Why? Because to formulate means to make effective plan and policy, and to allocate means to divide the different budget to run or to launch different development projects in the different areas for the development of the different development regions. And as we all know that, and if there is smooth run of different development projects, it helps to equally development in the different 5 development regions, as well as people also get different opportunities, and that helps to promote the life of people as well. So that there is a great role of government. All right. So from this point, we can easily clarify the concept of regionalisms. And next point also, additional point for you, just proper use of means and resources also you can include to clarify the concept of regionalisms, proper use of means and resources. And in the previous chapter also, previous content also, we detailedly discussed about different means and resources. Yeah, about the types of 3 major types of means and resources that we have already discussed in the previous class. And once again, my dear students, to clarify the concept of regionalisms, means of use and proper use of means and resources, you can also add in these points to clarify the concept of regionalism, proper use of means and resources. Why we use different means and resources for the development, for the development, and through the development, people get different opportunities, different services, facilities, and many more, so that human beings use different means and resources in a proper way for the development or to launch different development projects to develop in the different development regions. All right. Okay. My dear students, after the concept, some points to remember, there are some useful points, and through that points we can clarify the concept of regionalism. Okay. And after the concept, my dear students, there is a next screen, next slide, and in this slide there are some importance of regionalism. What are the different importance of regionalism? Some of the major importance are mentioned on the screen. My dear students, you have to listen very carefully, and as well as you can see on the screen as well. Okay. Okay, my dear students, first of all, first importance of regionalisms in the context of Nepal, right? First is to achieve development equally, right? To achieve or to get development equally in the different areas, different places. Equally development to gain or to achieve equally development in the 5 development regions. That's the first importance of regionalism, to achieve development equally. The first importance of regionalism, right? My dear students, after first importance, the second importance is to utilize local resources properly, to utilize or to use local resources properly. And in the previous chapter also we have already discussed about how to use of different means and resources, and if we use the local resources properly, then it helps to create different effective development projects for the development of the nation, right? So to utilize local resources properly, the second importance, and if we proper use of local resources, it reduce the environment degradation, and then we can easily conduct different development projects in the different developing regions, so that we should utilize the different local resources in a planned way. That's a properly. Second importance of regionalism, right, my dear students? Okay. My dear students, once again you can see on the same screen the next importance of regionalism. The next importance is here to reduce regional disparity. And just while we discuss the concept of regionalism, the first point is here regional disparity means unequal development, unequal development in the different development regions. So to reduce regional disparity, and just I told you in the while we discuss the concept of regionalism, there is a great role of government. And to reduce regional disparity, government should be responsible. That's why to create or to make effective plan and policy to reduce regional disparity, as well as human beings should be conscious. That's why to reduce regional disparity in the context of Nepal, so that the third importance of regionalism is to reduce regional disparity. All right. Okay, my dear students, and after then, the next importance of regionalism is to promote decentralization of power. Once again, my dear students, you can please remember in the second screen, second slide, we discuss regionalisms encourage decentralization, right? Once again, here is a point, same point, decentralization of power. And it's the next importance of regionalisms to promote, to improve decentralization of power. My dear students, once again, I want to repeat the meaning of decentralization of power is to improve equally development in the different development regions. And for that, effective plan and policy, proper use of means and resources, and after then only there is possibility to create decentralization of power. right? So to promote decentralization of power is also one of the importance of regionalisms in the context of Nepal, right? Okay, my dear students, and after the next importance is due to solve problems more effectively at local level. And for that, to solve problems effectively at local levels, for that, local people should proper use of different local resources to solve the problem more effectively at local level. It means the local people should proper use of means and resources, then only it helps to solve the problems more effectively from the local level. That is also one of the importance of regionalisms in the context of Nepal. Okay. Okay, my dear students, and after the next importance is to control migration, right? And you all of know that migration as a on migration means to migrate from one place to another place. That's why to get different opportunities for different facilities and services, so people migrate from one place to another place. So to control migration, and in case of the decentralization, in case of the equally development in the different development regions, it helps to reduce the migration process. Because of lack of equally development in the different regions, there is high possibility to migrate from one place to another place, right? So to control migration or to minimize migration development, as a equal development is very essential in the different developing regions to control or to reduce migration. That's also one of the importance of regionalism, right? And after then, the next importance of regionalisms for better population management. For better population management. And for this importance, once again, I want to repeat that to control migration. In case if we control migration, it also helps to manage the population, because migration in destination in new place is increase the migration, increase the migration. In case if the population is increased, then it becomes very difficult to manage the population. So in case of control migration helps to make better population management in a certain place or in a certain area. So for the population management also, for the population management also, regionalism is important. That means to make equal development in the different developing regions. And in case of equally developing, there is a low chance of population growth rate. That means to create better population management. All right. So these are some importance of regionalisms in the context of Nepal. All right. Okay. My dear students. Okay. After importance of regionalism, once again, you can see in the screen the next slide. Once again, there is a map of Nepal. In the first slide, also there is a map of Nepal, including 5 developing regions. But in this screen, there is also the map of Nepal, but dividing into 7 provinces. That's a federalism. Okay, before that, before to discuss the second content, second federalism. So, uh, Miss Kabye, are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if not, okay, thank you so much. Are you listening to me? Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Miss Kabye, just we had discussed the concept of regionalism and some importance of regionalisms, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any confusion? And on the screen, you can also see some importance of regionalisms. First, we discussed uh, first screen, there is a map of Nepal, including 5 developing regions. In second screen, some of the useful points, right? And the third
Yes.
screen, there are some importance of regionalisms. Do you have any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay, very good. And if you haven't any confusion, okay, I want to ask only one question for you. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kavi, please, you can tell me any. two importance of regionalism? Any two importance?
To achieve development equality
Good. Next.
and to control migration.
Okay, very good. Okay, thank you so much, Kavya. Thank you so much. Very good. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, my dear students, once again, you can see on the screen. And the second federalism is here. And just I told you in the second part, we are going to discuss the first part, that's the importance of regionalism, and the second part now, that's the importance of federalism. Before that, once again, you can see the map of Nepal, and just I told you that in this map, and according to the new constitution, the new constitution was formulated on 3rd Ashoj 2072 Bikram Sambat. You all of you know, no? New constitution was formed when on 3rd Ashoj 2072 Bikram Sambat. And according to the new constitution, in the context of Nepal, recently we know that there are altogether 7 provinces. So the title is here, Federalisms. Thus, you can see the map of Nepal also. In the first map of Nepal, dividing into 5 developing regions. But in the second map, you can see there are including total 7 provinces. Yeah, okay, just map of Nepal. Uh, After then, my dear students, here are also some of the useful points that we should have to remember to clarify the concept of federalisms. And in the just second screen, some points that should we remember to clarify the concept of regionalisms. But in these points, in this screen, some useful points that helps to clarify what is the meaning, what is the concept of federalisms. Okay, my dear students, first point you can see on the screen, and to define federalisms is one of the new system of government. To define federalisms as a new system of government, because just I told you on 3rd Ashoj 2017 becomes a new constitution was formed, made 3rd Ashoj 2072 becomes Sambat. So federalism means that's a new system of government according to the new constitution which was made on 3rd Ashoj 2072 BS. Okay, first new system of government. And after then, my dear students, second point you can see here, and federalism also indicates a dual system of government. Dual means a double system. Double system means, the meaning of dual system of government means federalisms separate the function of national and state government. National and state government. And just I told you, there are altogether 7 provinces, 7 states in the context of Nepal according to the new constitution. So dual function means separate function, separate function of national and state government. That's the meaning of dual system of government. New system indicates the dual system, double system of government. Double means separate function of national or central government, and second, state government. That's the meaning of dual system of government. All right, okay, my dear students. And after then, my dear students, once again, you can see on the screen, there is also the next important point to clarify the concept of federalisms. And in third point, in federalism, power is divided between the federal government and other governmental units. Like federal government, just like a national central government, and other governmental units mean other like a different province, local government are there, right? So once again, I want to repeat the third point, my dear students. You can see in the screen. In federalism, power is divided between the federal, that's a central government, and other governmental units. Other governmental units means like a province level and local government. All right. And after then, my dear students, once again, you can see on the same screen. Now, according to the new constitution. And just I told you that new constitution means as a law of Nepal, supreme law of Nepal, and constitution was formulated for the people, for the welfare of people, so that on 3rd August 2072 becomes number, new constitution was formulated. So according to that new constitution, the legislative and executive power of our country, legislative has formulate the law and executive has to implement the law. So according to the new constitution, the legislative and executive power of our country are distributed into three levels of government. Three levels of government is a very important point, my dear students. According to the new constitution or according to the new law, which was formulated on 3rd August 2072 becomes number. So power, that's a legislative and executive power of our country, Nepal, are distributed in three levels, three types of government. They are they are, you can see on the screen, the next slide. I have mentioned the three levels of government, different governments of federal Nepal, which was formulated on 3rd August 2072 become Sambat. And they are, what are the different governments of federal Nepal according to the new constitution, according to the new law? And they are, my dear students, you can listen very carefully. You can see on the screen the three levels of government. Number one, federal government. That's a central level of government. That's a national government. Second, provincial government. And third is local government. Right? So, my dear students, once again, you can see on the screen different governments of federal Nepal. And these government were established according to the new law. And once again, I want to repeat the date. 3rd August 2072 becomes somewhat, and we all of you know that new law was formulated. And according to that law, three levels of government: federal, just I told you, central, national level of government. Second, provincial government. And just in the second map, you can see the second map, and in that map, you can see there are already 7 provinces in the context of Nepal according to the new constitution. So provincial government, including 7 provinces. And last one is your local government. Local government. All right. Okay. My dear students, uh, I want to just only short description of some power and functions of three levels of government. Just short description of the power and functions of three levels of government. What are the different function powers of federal, provincial, and local government? Okay, first of all, I want to start from the first level of government as a federal government, as a central government, national government, and some powers and functions. This federal government helps to formulate national fiscal policy. Federal government helps to make national fiscal policy, as well as federal government also helps to regulate central planning, mobilize central police, army, plus also central government defense the national territory, etc. are some of the power. And my dear students, once again I want to repeat, federal government as a national level of government helps to make national fiscal policy. Similarly, federal government also helps to regulate central planning, mobilize central police, army, defends the national territory are some of the power and functions of federal government. Okay, and after them, the second types of government of federal Nepal, provincial government. And in provincial government there are some power and functions, and this provincial government carries out different daily administrative activities. Once again, I want to repeat, provincial government carries out daily administrative activities in a certain province. Similarly, provincial government also utilize the different means and resources, utilize the different means and resources for the development of a province, because there are already 7 provinces. So in each state, in each province, people utilize the means and resources for the development of the certain province. That's also one of the power functions of the provincial government. And similar next also, provincial government also maintains law and order, are some power and functions of the second government of Federal Nepal, that's a provincial government. All right. And finally, last types of government of Federal Nepal, that's a local government. And local governments, especially local governments, use the different local resources. That's why to develop in the local area, like a municipal assembly, like a Nagar Sabha, rural municipalities are some of the examples of local government. So local government also use the different means and resources to develop in their one locality, and for that people use the different local means and resources to develop in their one locality, okay. So these are the 3 different governments of Federal Nepal. Once again, I'm going to repeat. I want to read the 3 governments of Federal Nepal. Federal government first, second provincial government, and the last one is a local government. And just I told you short functions and powers of the 3 governments of Federal Nepal. All right, okay. Okay, my dear students, after the 3 types of government, there are some importance of federalisms, like importance of regionalisms. And
Excuse me, sir. We
my
have
dear
less than 2
students,
minutes left.
okay, sir. Okay, my dear students, you can see on the screen importance of federalisms. I have mentioned some importance of federalisms. The first one is increases competition between the states, which promotes development, right? Increases competition between the states, because according to the new constitution, all the 7 states are here. So in each and every state, there is a competition. That's a positive competition. And positive competition helps to promote the development in the state, in a certain state, so that increase fair, positive competition between the states, and which encourage the development of the certain state, right? The first importance of federalisms. And after then, my dear students, proper use of means and resources. And this, just I told you that in previous class also we detailed discuss about the use of means and resources. 3 types of means and resources. Why? Because for the development, to launch different development projects. So for the proper use of means and resources, so one of the importance. Yeah, one of the importance. And without using of means and resources, how is it possible to launch development projects? So that second importance is, use of means and resources in a proper way. And after then, the third importance is it creates faster development, because regionalism is like a new system of government, new pattern of government. So it creates faster development than the regionalisms. Why? Regionally, that's a traditional type of government, but according to the new constitution, the federalism's new type of government, so it creates faster development in the different states, in the different locality, and others. So creates faster development, also one of the importance of federalisms, right? And after then, the next one is the state become self-reliant. That means self-dependent, because for the last point, once again, you can see the first point, increases competition. And because of competition in each state, people, human beings, try to develop in their one, so self-dependent. The state becomes self-dependent. Okay, my dear students, these are some of the importance of federalisms. Okay, and my dear students, one of the assignment, one of the homework for you, please, you can try to draw a map of Nepal, including 7 provinces. Draw a map of Nepal, including 7 provinces. Okay, all of you, thank you so much.